Hey guys, Monochrome here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Genuinely good to have you. It is amazing what certain companies are doing with very small, sometimes downright tiny LED keychain lights nowadays. Maybe not in terms of runtime, but in terms of output, in terms of multi-modes, with everything controlled by the press of one or two buttons. On certain models, everything controlled just by the bezel itself. Absolutely amazing. The problem is, oftentimes these types of lights come with very complicated user interfaces, and not everyone wants that. So what are your options if you want a light that is inexpensive, comes with a drop-dead simple UI, runs off of a very common and easily replaceable battery type, one mode, bright as heck? What are your options? Well, this is one of them. This is the Thrunite Ti2 LED keychain light. Now, I do have to mention right off the bat the lobster claw quick detach keychain attachment. That does not come with the light itself. I put that on there. Also, this flashlight runs off of a single AAA battery. Sorry, you don't get that either. But it is a very inexpensive light, and AAA batteries, very easy to source most parts of the world. So let's take a closer look. LED, obviously. Drop dead simple UI. It doesn't get more simple than this. Twist the bezel, 120 lumens, 120 rated lumens at the emitter. So in reality, you're going to get less than that, but still pretty impressive, even though my camera is compensating for the output. And yeah, twist it back the other way, switch it off. That's it. That's it. Yeah. Twist on, twist off. Doesn't get more simple than that. You've got these nice looking grooves on the body. Yes, they are pretty shallow, although they do help a tiny bit with grip, but again, shallow. These look a bit more impressive than they really are. Going up, you have this groove here. Now, that is for a clip that does not come with the light. Also, I need to point out that although this is a Thrunite product, this particular design is extremely common among made-in-China brands. Let me show you. Here's the Phoenix version. It's literally the exact same light. There's only a couple of small differences. The Thrunite has horizontal grooves, which are obvious on camera. The Olight has very, very shallow vertical grooves that are a bit hard to see. There you go. And yeah, that groove for the clip. Now this clip is also sold by Olight, and I guarantee you, if I pop that off, I'd be able to easily pop it onto the Thrunite version. Seriously. Except for cosmetic differences, this is the exact same light. Two different made-in-China companies. So I'm guessing there's probably a third made in China company out there that makes this particular single AAA model for all the various other companies, and they just put their name on it instead. But that doesn't mean it's a bad design, and there are variations of it, thankfully, because now we get to the one part that is definitely a weakness. Now, sometimes you will find this universal made in China design without the post on top. There's still a split ring attachment point, just not a post. And this is definitely the weakest part. I mean, on this Olight model, I took the miniature split ring off, and this is clip carried only. On this one, the split ring post is very important. And it is definitely a weak point, because on the inside of this little post, or realistically nipple that sticks up from the top, that's hollow. And then they just drill a hole straight through. Aluminum alloy construction. The split ring is actually made from a harder metal. So you have a harder metal that is constantly rubbing against a hollow post on top. What's going to happen after a few years is that this metal split ring, which is a harder metal than the aluminum, is going to wear through one side of the post or the other. And if you have this clipped to your key ring on your belt, yeah, you might lose the light. That's also because this is extremely lightweight. It's not a very thick light at all. Yeah. You do get an O-ring on that end. Good threads. There's the battery. And if you take a look at that, you can see that this is extremely thin. Same thing with the Olight version. So very lightweight, very thin construction. If you need a tough as nails, extremely durable keychain light, this is not the one for you. And yeah, eventually that split ring will wear through this post. I've seen it happen. For now, it's good, and it should be good for at least a couple of years, maybe more than a couple of years. So not a bad setup. Really good as a loner light. And as you can see, there's really not much to this light. It is available from Thrunite in 4 different colors. You've got Desert Tan, which you see here. It's actually quite beautiful. Here's the thing. I've mentioned this before. I don't abuse the lights that I own and use. I don't abuse them. I don't baby them either. This is one that I've used. It hasn't seen a ton of use, but I've used it. I just don't think that finish is going to hold up with hard use. I mean, it's beautiful now, but I just don't think it'll hold up. Again, available in 4 colors from Thrunite: Desert Tan, Black, Green, and there's also a dark green. And yeah, just a reminder, guys, there will be some specs in the description box below. Please check that out when the video is over. Inexpensive? Yeah, this is very inexpensive. For some bizarre reason, Thrunite on their website, their MSRP is $20, which is outrageous. I mean, yeah, if you do just a tiny bit of searching online, you can find this light for $6 or $7, which is definitely a nice bargain, especially if a coworker borrows it and, yeah, forgets to return it. So, there you go. If you want something that is drop dead simple, very common battery type, single AAA, one output, bright as heck, yeah, this is the flashlight for you. It's also really good as a loaner light. If anything happens to it, person you loaned it to, well, you can always just tell them, hold on, I loaned you a light last time. What happened to that one? Oh, okay, well, sorry, but that was a really nice light. I mean, yeah, I'm not loaning you anything again. No, you can't get upset. You borrowed it, you lost it, or you forgot where you put it. So, sorry, you got no right to get upset with me. Yep, just an excellent loaner light. If you just want a wonderfully drop-dead simple flashlight, yeah, definitely a good one. I do want to mention that on my example, and I don't think it's common on all Ti2s, but the bezel has a good amount of resistance when turning it, either on or off, a really good amount of resistance. So this is not something that's going to be likely to have the bezel rotate in the pocket, accidentally switch itself on, drain the battery. But realistically speaking, that's just on my example. Chances are yours isn't going to be the same way. It might be very loose. It might be a good amount of tightness, or it might be like mine, a bit on the heavy side, quite a bit tight. So yeah, but at least on my example, the bezel is rather tight when it rotates. And yeah, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Even with that one disadvantage right here, that post on top, I do recommend this. I do. It's a really good, modern day, simple, no frills, no muss, no fuss, LED keychain light. If you guys like this light, but you wish it came with more modes, because obviously 120 isn't going to be ideal in every situation, 120 lumens. There is the Thrunite Ti3, which is a slightly more complicated version of this light. It's a little bit different in looks, but you'll recognize it as being part of the same family. All right, guys, please continue to stay safe out there. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you soon. Have a good one. Take care.